Hello and welcome to another exciting breakfast with Unity. So today we're going to be doing a real-time clock, meaning we're going to show the current actual time, like up here. Oh, I forgot to change my resolution. Oh well. Yeah, we're going to check the current real time up here and put it into the game in some way. And so we're going to do two clocks. We're going to do a digital and a regular. And I added a font to the project in third-party license, this LCD M2U with two underscores. It had those. I just kept them, whatever. I guess I could remove them. And I have a license file here from defont.com. So if you want to download this yourself, it's here. It's already been added to the project, so if you download the zip file in the description, you're set. So what are we going to do? So let's make a clock. So let's first just save this scene and put it in our folder. We're going to call this clock. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a digital clock. So we're going to even create a little model for it, even though this is really stretching calling this a model, what we're about to do here. We're going to make a little cube. Find our cube in the scene. And let's, first of all, let's make it face the proper direction, just in case it becomes a problem. And we're going to resize it slightly. And honestly, 1 meter is too big. So let's make this considerably smaller. Let's do like 0.2 and then 0.1. Yeah, let's make it big for example, whatever. We'll just make it look the right shape and you can scale it to whatever you need later. 0.5. And yeah, we'll just bring this in like 0.5. So you got a little stupid clock. And now we need a text for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a, I guess we do UI. Should we do UI text? No, it requires a panel and a bunch of other stuff. We'll just do the standard 3D, wait, do they still have the old text? GUI text? Ooh, that's scary. Let's see. Mesh effects. Here. Text. UI text, UI text. Oh, they got rid of it. Okay, well, I guess we will use the other one then. That's fine. So create UI text. That's unfortunate. That means that anytime I've used the 3D text stuff in old episodes, it's no longer really valid. I may have to update that and might point that out on some of my videos. Oh, here it is, GUI text. There we go. This is the one. So that still exists. It's just not easy to make. Wait, hold on. Recent component section. Oh yeah. So let's just go with that. So we're going to create a new empty game object. We're going to use, it's so hidden now. Yeah, we're doing the other one. So create. Sorry to be flippant on this. I should have actually checked this beforehand. So UI text. We're going to create it. It creates a canvas for us. This canvas, because we're going to be putting it on an object, needs to be set to world space. So now it's in world space. We're going to go ahead and move it to like 0, 0, and width will be like 1 and height 1 just for right now. I'm going to bring it out here. Let's put some text in our text. There already is some. Why is it not showing up then? Oh, because it's positioned way off the screen. So we'll just set it there. And still not really showing. There's no rect transform attached to cube. Okay, that was before. I'm just going to play and stop just to clear that. Why am I not seeing text? 0. Whoops. That was just so I could offset it. Oh, there's the text. It's just gigantic. All right. So, what's going on with that? So is it because of the width and height? Probably. Yeah, that's it. So we may end up switching to GUI text. Again, apologies if this goes weirdly. So why is this looking so bad? So let's make the text smaller because we need it to fit on this thing. Let's just do 8 or something. And let's make the text look better. So if we go to the canvas, we've got this dynamic pixels print. We can increase this to make our text look Awesome. So let's just go 3. That probably will be sufficient when we actually scale this down. There's no scaling being applied to this, so we're just gonna. Can we do partial point? No, we can't. So we might have to do some scaling too. We'll see. Let's just make this really small though. Let's make it like 1 by 1. And we'll see if we can get this thing to fit. So now that it's 1 by 1, it cannot fit what we actually have for text. So we're going to have to do some scaling stuff. So when you're working with the canvas for world space, the problem is the canvas is really used to using units that represent pixels. And in the world space one, they don't represent pixels, they represent screen space. So one of the ways I found to work around this is to actually change the scale here. So we're going to change the scale down to 1/100th, 0.01, and 0.01. And now we can use this kind of as a 1/100th scale. We can set this to 100 by 100, and now we have some text that looks good. I guess it's good I'm doing this episode because that's pretty important. We're going to just go ahead and center this so that we can just position it like that. And we're going to change the font here to our LCD font. There we go. And again, let's go to the canvas. Let's make it 4. Let's make it 5. Let's just crank it till it looks good. There we go. That looks good. And just get this size down exactly right. So 8. That will probably work. Let's actually do a time. Let's 0, 0, 0, 0 here. Ooh, I do not like that colon, but oh well. Looks good. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, so here's the start of our clock here. Now we're going to place this basically onto the object. We don't want it to clip in, so we want it to be a little bit ahead of it. So the 50 would represent exactly on the, no, when swore it would. Oh, because this has a position to it. So let's actually use that position. That's fine. So we're going to just set this to 0, 0, 0, and we're going to set the canvas down to where, so -0.5. Let's just 0. Okay, well, let's put it here. All right. And you want it to be floating a little bit so that it doesn't clip. It may start to clip at later times. And why is, oh, it's because we were sizing it based on distance, which was stupid. So 18, 20, 24, 32, there we go, 32. All right, so we've got a clock. So I thought that was going to be the easy part. So actually this other part's really easy, so don't worry about it. And this is the part that I actually double checked on. So we're going to create a display time on text. And we're going to go ahead and create a private, because we'll just grab one from whatever we're working on, private text, although we need using Unity Engine.ui because we're using the UI. Private text, clock text. And that's really all we're going to need. So I guess we can put some formatting options and stuff in there. I'm not going to. We're just going to use a specific format that we'll specify. So we're going to need the time. That's really easy to do in C#. What we're going to do is we're going to do date, time. Oh, wait. I guess it's in system, so I'll do system.datetime. There it is. System.datetime equals date time system.datetime now. So this gives us the current time. And notice it's capitalized and doesn't have the braces at the end. In C# standards, not Unity standards, properties can be capitalized and should be capitalized. So this is just a property. It actually confuses me because I'm so used to the Unity stuff. I just wanted to point that out. So now we've got this time object and we can display it in some way. So we're going to do clock text equals time.toString. And toString has formatting options, and there's special ones for date times. So we're going to go over real quick onto the internet. C# date time format. And we're going to go to custom date and time format strings. There may be a standard one that'll fit, but this is a clock, so we're only displaying a very small amount of data. And basically, you just write out like a string of what you want. And so in our case, we are going to want. I'm going to be using the 12-hour clock. If you prefer 24-hour, you can use capital H's. So we're going to do double H's and capital H's, and we're going to do minutes. So So we're going to put quotes in here and do hour, colon, minute. And this should give us the hour and the minutes. And so if we hit play now, okay, we can't convert string to, oh yeah, so clock text dot text. There we go. Clock text dot text. Save, play. Can we see our clock on the screen? I didn't even check. Okay, so first let's create a light. And then let's try this again. Oh yeah, we didn't attach our script. So we attach this to our text. And I'm going to go ahead and put this canvas underneath the cube, which is totally fine, because it's a 3D canvas. And we've got null reference exception. So what does it say? Object reference not set to instance of object. Oh, that's right, because we didn't actually get our clock text. So void start. We're going to set our clock text equal to get component text. Save. This will get the text component that's on our object. Now if we hit play, it should work. Please work. Yay, 9:12. Let's put the clock a little bit closer to the camera so that we can see that. Where's our cube? Actually, let's just bring the camera closer. We're going to go to the camera. We're going to move it down 1. We're going to move it forward like 2, 3. And we hit play. And we've got our real-time clock. Sweet. This will actually change with the time too because we have it in an update loop. So there we go. 9:13, 9:13. Sweet. Now I can see how late I am on the episode. So we're going to save. And what we're going to do next is we're going to do a little bit fancier. We're going to create I'm going to call this a clock. Might as well make a prefab, why not? And let's move it over to the left a little bit so that we can see another clock that we're going to make. So our another clock is going to be analog. So we're going to create a sphere. We're going to make it a little bit Art Deco. I'm just going to leave the sphere big. Who cares? It just needs to be a backdrop of some kind. And we're going to call this analog clock. And we're going to create some hands for it. So we're going to create a cube for the seconds hand. We're going to just make this much smaller, 0.1, 0.1, and then we'll use the Z because I like to use the Z for things. There's actually a reason for it this time. So we're going to do that, and let's rotate it up so that we can see it. So that would be on the x-axis 90. I'm going to rotate it up, so negative 90. And we'll put it over here. And we're going to make it half a length, 0.5. So this will be one of our hands. So since it's 0.5, we want it to be, so we want this, we're going to put this in our analog clock so that this is relative scale. So 0, 0, okay, Z should actually be 1, no, -1, negative 0.5. There we go. And then that looks really far off, but it's actually not. It's just the perspective messing with me. All right, let's just do that. We're going to call this hour. Duplicate. We're going to make a minute. So the hour should be shorter, right? So we're going to make the hour like 0.2. See how that looks. Okay, so that's cool, except for, oh yeah, we need to have a pivot for these things. All right, so let's do that real quick. We're going to create an empty game object. Empty game object. I'll leave seconds to you guys to finish. It's actually very similar to what we're going to be doing here. So we want our hour, and actually we'll probably just duplicate the hour again. So we're going to put the hour in the game object. We're going to put the game object at 0, 0, 0, and if we go into our hour block again, so this one will be at 0, 0, And since it's 0.2 in size, we're going to do 0.1 up, I guess. So now if we look at our object, we move it out a little bit. Oh, we put it in the middle again. So I'm going to really quickly reposition this to the outside here. So -1, -0.5. There we go. So you'll see that we've got the pivot at the right place at the base of it now, so that's good. And we're going to do the same thing with the minute object. We're just going to do create empty game object, throw it in here, close, delete this one. We didn't need that. I guess I already made that. 0, 0, -0.5. 0.5, just in case. And this minute hand now needs to be at 0, 0, and we need to put this one at 0.25. So now if we move this game object out, we should have the pivot at the middle. Good. All right, so we're looking good. And I'm going to make that, I'm going to make this our game object a little bit bigger. We're going to make it 0.3, which also requires me to make this 0.15. There we go. So, so let's make this thing display the time now. So we're going to create a script, create a C# script. We're going to say display analog time. Actually, I'm just going to call it analog clock. Analog clock. And I'm going to finally quit this thing. So what we're going to do here is we are going to have a public transform hour hand public transform minute hand. And how are we going to rotate these things? So the hour hand, if we rotate this along the, which axis do we want? Nope. Uh-oh, we already have gimbal lock problems. Sweet. That's just great. Oh yeah, we want to not be rotating these anyway, -90. We want to be rotating these. So if we rotate this along the Z, we'll be good. All right, sweet, that'll work. I naturally didn't point the Z in the direction that I would have liked to, but it's not going to matter in this case. Well, I guess it would, because it depends on whether you'd be going positive or negative. I'll fix it real quick. We'll just, it doesn't matter. These can just rotate. We'll just rotate them 180 along the y-axis. 180, there we go. There, now it's all good. And now if we rotate this along the Z, positive, it will be exactly the way that we expect. So, cool. So we need the hour hand, minute hand. We'll hook those up manually. And in update, we're going to still need the date time. So we're going to do something similar to that. We're going to do system.time equals datetime.now. Boop. And then what we're going to do is hour hand dot local rotation will be all right, so we want, actually let's do hour hand dot rotate. That's what we want. No, because we need to set it specifically. So let's get the original rotations for these things real quick. So public, no, they'd be expecting that. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do hour hand dot Euler angles. What this will do, we'll do local Euler angles. So we're going to do vector 3 new rotation equals hour hand dot local Euler angles. And then once we have that, we're going to do new rotation dot Z equals, and this is the magic, so time dot hour. So this gives us an integer representing the hour. Oh, it's an integer. That's not so good. We're going to go with it. It's going to be a weird clock. We'll clean this up on another episode. I really shouldn't have even gone into it, considering how much time I had spent on the other thing. So time dot hour This is not as useful as I was hoping it would be. So time.hour, and it needs to be a float, and it needs to be based on the rotation, and it needs to be based on 12. So we have math. My brain just turned completely off. So our hour represents our each hour is 1/12 of the full rotation. Full rotation is 360. So it would be 360 divided by 12 times time.hour, I think. Let's try that. So 360.0f divided by 12.0f times time.hour. And that should do what we want. And then we're going to set our hand dot local Euler angles equals new rotation. So what we've done here is we've cached where it's currently rotated. This is so that we maintain our 180 here. And then we're changing the Z rotation to be based on the hour. Let's see if this works first. We're going to attach this to our analog clock. And we're going to, whoops, that's the wrong one. Remove component. We're going to attach this to our analog clock. Did I do it? No, it made it into the directional light. Remove component. Very carefully attach it. There we go. And we're going to grab our hour hand. So hour hand. We don't want the hour, we want the hour hand. And if we do this and hit play, theoretically, look, it's pointing towards the 9. Good sign. All right, so so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing for our second minute hand. New rotation equals minute hand dot local Euler angles minute hand, and we change this to time dot minute. And in this case, it's not divided by 12; it's divided by 60 because there's 60 minutes in an hour. So if we do that, and we don't need to redeclare new rotation here, we're just going to reuse it. And now if we hook in our minute hand, Hanad, we're going to hook that in and hit play. And this will now display the current time, 9:23, much further along than it should have been. I wish this was a horizontal line right now. So the only trouble with this, so this will be a click clock. So basically when this clicks over, so like a normal clock, you'd expect this to be partially between 9 and 10. You see it just clicked over. Sweet. And both the clocks updated. Awesome. Good thing that we saw that. So, so this will work, but the way that you read it is a little bit off what you'd expect. So what we could do is we can do this, and then we can additionally add plus this stuff, except for instead of 360 degrees divided by 60 times time dot minute, we want this to be 360 degrees divided by 12.0f divided by 60.0f times time dot minute. I think this will work. Maybe. We'll see. Hit play. Looks like it worked. Sweet. So this is representing the time between 9 and 10. The reason this works is, here's the math. So 360, that's how many degrees are in a circle. 12, that's how many hours are in a day, times time dot hour. Okay, then we add 360 divided by 12 again. So this is just the hour section. And then we are dividing it by 60 for the minutes. And that gives us our current minute time. So, yay. Looks like we're working. I'm going to call that an episode. Thank you guys for watching. That's awesome. Save all, and might as well make this into a prefab as well. I will leave adding the seconds to you. It's very similar to what we've done already, so give it a shot. I have faith that you guys can do it. Thank you very much for watching. You guys have a great one. I may see you tonight for Cooking with Unity. I will not know until about 6 p.m. whether or not we can do it tonight. I've got some things in the winds right now that I might have to jump on. So thank you very much. You guys have a great one, and I'll see you either tonight or tomorrow.